Police Corporal Lawrence Carmichael, the man behind the wheel of the police vehicle involved in the accident which happened during a high-speed chase on the Maheka Bridge, was today charged with 2 counts of causing death by dangerous driving. The February 2nd accident, which occurred on the Maheka Bridge, resulted in the death of Christopher Bagwandat and Sharida Pasad. Carmichael appeared in the Vigilance Magistrates Court this morning before Magistrate Fabio Azor and was granted $1.5 million bail. The police vehicle was in pursuit of Bagwandat's car. The 20-year-old mechanic of Monrepo, East Coast Demerara, and his 16-year-old girlfriend Sharida Pasad of Bad Settlement, West Coast Boobies were stopped by traffic ranks at Perseverance Public Road, Maikoni, but instead of stopping, Bagwandat allegedly drove away. Outside of the courtroom, family members were protesting, calling for justice, and were upset that the policeman was granted bail.
The magistrate put him on bail, 1.5 million, because she said she considered him as a 27-year-old. He don't have children, he's not married, he have to go to his job. So what happened to my son and these people's daughter? They're not human beings. They're not human beings. Then they said the police report, and the police report is lying that my son can hit the police and knock the police car, and then the police car hit him into the truck. But the police hit him from the back. If they want to catch them, they could have catch them in different ways. They could have drive slowly behind them and see when they stop. When the bandit them come, they can't run back at them. They can't go back at them. And I am not taking it so for my son. I mind my son hard with my husband. My husband get stroke 7 years ago, and my son come out of school. He was going to study doctor, and he come out and he mind his mother and his father till he dead. Tell a policeman take his life.
But me see this available, something first calling and get bail. Something right no way, something right no way.
Since yesterday, there was
Number one, with all the witness and all the footage, you're not supposed to get bail first calling. You're not supposed to get bail first calling.
This is all right.
With all the footage and all the evidence where you get, and you bail them first calling, you bail them.
Need justice, because I don't think this is something that I gotta get justice for. I don't think so.
Yes, this is everyday pain, everyday pain. Every day. She cannot live with this. How long they going to able to live with this? How long you think they're going to able to live with this? We cannot. We cannot. For the both two of them.
His attorney Dexter Todd said the matter should not have found its way into the criminal court.
This matter should have found its way at a commission of inquiry, because what needs to change is policy. All right? A policeman pursuing a suspect is permissible under the law. Now, what needs to be had now, or what needs to be an interpretation as to how that law should be applied, is when a policeman must terminate a pursuit. That is something that has to be addressed, and that has to be addressed by a policy level. That cannot be addressed through a criminal court. So a policeman doing a lawful duty, because when you follow the dynamics of what had happened, the policeman was not operating on a frolic of his own. The policeman was following certain information received by other stations. So the policeman, of course, exercising his powers, both at common law and at statute, to effect an arrest, you will find that something tragic has happened.
Todd pointed out that he was surprised by the charge and the DPP.
I'm surprised by the Director of Public Prosecution's instruction to the prosecutor to have this matter remain indictable when it's usually tried summarily. And I'm very surprised that they are not taking other steps to deal with this situation, which can be better rectified.
Todd feels that a commission of inquiry would be better to address the matter.
This situation now requires that the policymakers go back to the table and work out a policy and that policy, from a policy, it has to move to training, because the police force will now have to sit with all their force drivers, sit with all their patrols, and work them through a policy that is acceptable. You can't be inconsistent. As I said in court, in December 2021, there was a high-speed chase in Linden in which the police pursued a suspect, and then when they caught him, they found him with firearm and ammunition. Now, nothing came out of that. The police was celebrated. Now, another policeman does the same thing, pursues a suspect. It ends tragically, and now this one is damned. You can't have two inconsistency.